Hello and welcome back to Kraise Gaming Presents Vampyr. Now, yeah, I'm just going to continue on where I was before. In the last episode we managed to kind of kill a couple of people, a son and then the father.
Despicable.
So, but honestly I just didn't realise that the son was, what can I say? I just didn't realise that he was the actual target. I thought he was someone trying to mug him, and therefore I just, nicked his stuff. But, so that's why I felt bad. So I thought, well, taking your son away from me, I might as well kill you too. So I did. Where is he? There he is. Good. Yeah, I'm not going that way. Right, so let's go towards to Y and actually finish this quest off.
It ain't human! Kill it! Oh my god! Fuck! He's dead! Bloody Christ! Kill the bandit!
Whoa.
We have to stop it!
Yeah, that's you dead. Good. Okay. Yeah, this game is a lot easier now. We've leveled up a little bit. Boom. Yeah, he is. Okay, what we got? Aluminium shards. Okay. No to that way. Whitechapel. They're in serious trouble, apparently. I don't know if I want to do anything about it either.
I'm chic and I'm clean, I promise.
Okay, hello.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Charming woman. Okay, so your life in London.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
So how do you know you're clean?
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me?
Yeah, I didn't think it
If you
would.
knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about killing her.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
Indeed. I
I
don't
always
judge.
thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
Fatigue. It's always fatigue.
I will see you later. Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I
Indeed.
don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Well, yeah. Okay, I think we're done with you. Thank
Goodbye,
you.
miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
I don't know what. Like a secret or
Who are you?
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon.
Yep, that's
I'll
me.
gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Okay, so
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
indeed they will.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Well, I think you've come to the right place. If you're not going to die on the way out.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Okay. Why?
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
But the fact that people don't know about it means that no one's doing anything about it.
If no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes, this is another kind of war, but just as deadly. History will judge us all for what we did and what we did not.
Yes, they did.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
No, I don't.
I must confess, some of my rational views have been shaken by recent events.
I'll remember to stay away from the district's roughest streets then.
Yeah, you do that.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
I like him. He can live.
Pay me a glass and I'll be gentle. Pay me a bottle and I'll
Who are you two?
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really?
So I've heard.
But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
According
Okay.
to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Hey,
Not
no one could
familiar
afford
with
it.
this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This
Yeah,
part
by
of
you.
town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Oh, he's a boxer, or at least a bare fist fighter,
May I
bet.
ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Well, she certainly has attracted attention.
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peters?
The name is Colossus Joe. I don't get sick.
Let's have a look at your details. 1500. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to mesmerise him if I could.
Goodbye, Mr. Peters.
Don't be afraid.
Who are you?
Welcome, sir. Please take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Well, yes, indeed. Let's have a look at what you're selling
Right.
first.
Show me what you have.
He's got quite a lot, actually. Tell you what. Oh, we can upgrade. And then he needs good barbed cordial, which is that, and good handle parts. Have you got any good handle parts?
Fancy buying something?
You never lose your focus. Right then. Show me what you have.
Okay. Well, we can upgrade that anyway, so we'll do that soon, but I think for now... Alright, let's see what this happens.
What? What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Bronchitis. Whoa, look at this.
strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Wrong.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Okay, so the journalist is involved.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius.
Okay.
Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Okay. Spoken to her. Who are you?
Protection against malevolence and trickery.
Oh, hell yes. I've
Forgive
just found
my
my next
interruption.
meal.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my
Oh, I am totally gonna eat this guy.
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
son. I've been touched by God's grace. I am perfectly healthy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Don't you fear getting sick
No,
yourself?
don't need it. Oh, man. I want
I've
to eat
had
him.
enough for tonight. Goodbye.
How do you get your mesmerizing up? I'm going to find that out very soon. I am going to chow down on the Reverend. He is my next meal. I am totally going to eat that guy. 2,500 XP as well. Right, let's see what concoction I can make. Yeah, we'll make one of them. Actually, we'll make two of them, because that seems to be... Fatigue seems to be the biggest issue around here. Okay, now... Good handle part, okay. So not small good handle part, good handle part. I really need something offhandish. Okay. Okay. After the, you know what? After the next episode is finished, I'm going to find out how I'm going to get my mesmerizing up, because I really want to eat that bishop guy. Yeah, not bothered about him.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your daily routine,
See?
unable to see the true horror around you.
And then people are going to dare ask me why. Listen to the stuff that he is spouting. Thousands of years. Now, is that him over there? Yes, good.
The wars of men should not
Good
be
evening,
your
Doctor.
main
Can I help you?
concern.
I heard you're
Okay.
investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby.
Ha!
I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
Oh, look at you peeping, Tom.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Which we're right at now.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Uh-huh. Nope, nothing there.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Okay, make no mistake, I'm going to eat you. Ow. Okay. Oh, look at that two-handed jobby. Okay, I like this weapon. Boff. Alright. This two-handed weapon's good. I like it. Grenadine. Good. Need loads of that. Yep. Hey, he looks like Benedict Cumberbatch. I need to talk
Good
to
evening,
you.
sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would
He
like
looks
to ask
pissed.
you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
Is
I'm
it
a
me,
poet.
or do I suddenly have an instinct
Richard
to eat this guy
Nethercott,
as well?
At your service.
Yeah, nope.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
Oh yeah, the country's going through an epidemic. You know, just walk around, no problem.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor.
Okay, I'm definitely
all
going
are
to eat this
equal
guy.
in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
That's because everybody's dead.
My mother loved poetry. Perhaps your words would have touched her sensitive nature. I only see a dreadful disease.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
I don't really
I understand.
I've already made the decision that this guy is my next
for
feast.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Oh, what a shocker.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my
I've got
physical
cold.
health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
How much are you worth? 1,500. Now that I've cured you.
Tell me, Mr.
Okay.
Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each.
This guy is a
Vivid,
nutcase.
Of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Okay. You don't know
And
her.
have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
No.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
Okay. Oh wait, what was that?
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
Yep. I'll help you. You just call me. No problem.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Okay. See, here's the thing, right?
I'll leave you alone, sir.
As I'm playing this, it seems that a big part of the game is talking to people, getting a feel for them, you know, kind of, you know, just, you know, generally getting to know other people by talking to other people, right? And you kind of start building up a list of, you know, people that...
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed.
That you want to eat.
I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
I've just met an admirer of yours, lady.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Tell me about Richard Nithercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
Ah, even compelled she won't speak.
Very well. Goodbye then.
I'm going to come back to you. Okay, let's get rid of... Bingo. Right, my dearest, most beloved children. I'm so sorry you've not heard me in a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. Shocker. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed by war. But there is also a war going on here in England. A war against poverty, against injustice. This is a war I intend to fight, despite my advanced years. This is why I'm writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darlings. You are grown up now. You have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we must sometimes accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make now, to feel useful one more time. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me, and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country. I am, as ever, your loving father, Dimitri.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Oh, I'm coming for you.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
I really need to know how to get my mesmerism up.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please. You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
Oh, this guy's a poet too.
Your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Yeah, I think I might have to. I may have a cure for you, by the way.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane?
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
This will see if we're liars.
I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
This war won't last forever.
Nope, another.
Did you ever think of
3
returning
years
to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
Okay, it's a bit sad.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
I did try and say that as I came through the door. Just saying.
You fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. But I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Yes, goodbye. Just going to rob your safe, by the way. Just going through your drawers. Just, like, taking stuff. Okay. The antique figure of Fricolicalas. Fine. Of my many journeys, I believe I was most amazed by my exploration of the Mediterranean Isles, and particularly the island of Santorini, searching for traces of vampire presence in these sunburnt lands. Herodotus himself refers to the island in his 4th book, and I'm personally convinced that there are many mysteries to be unveiled in this part of the world. Who knows that, even today, the island of Santorini is still considered by some of the most vampire-infested place in the world. Way more than the Carpathians. And that its inhabitants are considered as specialists of the vampire hunt, or the hunt of the Vricolicas, there you go, as they call this creature. According to the local myth, the Vricolicas is a dead person who does not decay, and who can show a vermilion complexion as long as he is gorged with fresh blood. He cannot enter a house without knocking and getting a response. Garlic makes him flee. Okay, we already know that's not true. He does not consume under the sun, but his skin blackens. He can change into wolf and other animals. What struck me the most is that the same name exists with small variations from Mediterranean Sea to the Balkans. The Greeks call him Vrikilikos. The Bulgarians and the Macedonians name him Varkolak or Varkolach. And the Serbians call him Vakuladac. Yes, Vakudlak. Vakudlak, there you go. A name so similar to Volkod, we already know. My dear brothers, just to write a few words now gives me the shivers. I am personally convinced that that we are here confronted to some proto-vampire. Maybe they are a missing link between the modern vampires and the creatures that came before them. If God allows me enough time, I wish to one day go back to Santorini Island and find the trail of the antique and forgotten figurine. From Drinking the Fountain of Knowledge by Usher Talltree. I wonder if I ever get to meet this guy. He's written a lot. Okay. Have a quick look around here. Many exits. Flow of essence. Oh. Yeah, this place is rife with pillageable things. Okay, so there's a Dr. Dude of some sort. Let's go and talk to him first. This is like a treasure trove in here.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
Just hold him still.
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yep.
Yes, Doctor.
Open the neck up, put a tube in, and you basically breathe without your
breathing
mouth.
again, but he's coughing up blood.
It would do.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor.
I'm a doctor. You listen to what I'm telling you.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
Well, that was actually quite
There was
tense.
something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
He's a
There have
vampire.
been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I love that you got the heartbeat monitor, the heart monitor beat while you were doing it. It really gave you a bit of, yeah, just, oh my god, oh my god. I wonder if it was possible to save him.
Here to test my bedside manners.
No, I'm not. But to be fair, you would have lost him anyway. So, you know what I mean?
It's locked, all right.
Damn. How do you get into locked chests?
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Why?
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Yeah, it's got to stop.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
No, no, I'm not.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime.
Oh, I wonder what that third option was.
So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then.
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, that's right. We have a deal.
Interview with the vampires achievement unlocked. Oh. I think I've just gone up a mesmerization level. Level 2. Oh, I'm going to go and eat the poet. Whoa.
This one. It ain't human. Kill it. Filthy piece of shit.
You bastards, where the hell are you? Why are you here? This is a place for sick people.
It ain't you.
Okay, time to move. I do like this two-handed weapon. Very much so. Right, let's just make sure everyone's alright. Letter to Nurse Crane. My dear Dorothea, when you later, I'll be on a boat that will take Anton and me back to Brazov. England was not for us, and I confess I cannot wait to see proud hills of Transylvania. As soon as we are there, I promise I'll light the candle of the Black Church and pray for you to survive this terrible epidemic. Fine. I don't think you don't agree with the decision, and that you are determined to be more useful by helping our comrades exiled in the East End, but Anton cannot wait to return to our beloved country and see our long-awaited revolution bloom. He is my husband. I will stay by his side. Fair enough. I know we had arguments in our fights, but I know you would have wanted me to stand by your side and help manage the clinic of yours. But now that I'm leaving England, be sure that if anything would happen to you, if you ever were in great trouble or danger, I would come back immediately to London, with or without Anton. Okay, I don't believe you. Please think of me as much as I think of you. Theodora. A sister. Okay. Let's go make sure she's alright. She's there. Good. I think that's it. So we've got 1600. Let's go and find the poet. Where's the church? Very much a stamina drainer, this one. That's fine. There. So we are going the right way, so that's good. Lovely. Okay.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them!
Hi. Yeah, the two-hander is awesome. God, these are back streets and a half. Blimey. Your time's coming, pal.
By your false faith, imprisoned by your daily routine.
Imprisoned by your daily routine. Believe in God. He'll help. Uh-huh. Believe in God and don't forget to put money in the donation box on the way out. Thanks. Ah, there he is. Hello. Hi.
Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Yes.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Do you have a pill for inspiration? No? Too bad.
So, 2,500. No, nothing here.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Ah, I need one more.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
I thought 2 would do it, but it didn't. Now, do we have... That's a merchant, hideout. We need to go back to the hospital. So, out, down, right. Okay.
Over there! Christ!
Whoa. Reverend Kane.
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix.
Yes,
This
he
is
most
not
certainly
good
did.
news.
Yeah, let's heal a little bit. Oh, I'm going the wrong way anyway. He was quite a tough customer, but I got him. No problem.
Die, vermin! Oh, Christ!
Good night. Okay, good. We're going relatively the right way. That's good. We've got nearly 2,000. When we get back, it'll be even higher because we'll complete a quest. Oh, you gotta love this two-hander.
It's locked.
Right, can't go that way. Okay. In that case, go that way.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Yeah, we've been here before. That's fine.
Kill him, boy! Back in the fucking grave!
Oops. Oh.
That's what you do!
Whoa. Not sure I'd survive this so well without the two-hander. Whoa. I got an awful lot of XP for that. Right, where do we need to go? South. That way. Surprised they didn't leave any decent loot, actually, to be honest. What's in here? Been in here already. Okay, so we need to go that way. Can we get out? Yes, good. Phew. Well, I have to admit the game has really changed now that tell you what, let's complete the mission first, then we'll go and upgrade everything. The claw attack isn't quite what I expected. You are still very heavily reliant on human weapons. Which I'm not all that happy about, truthfully.
Less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count. I wish I could say the same for the others.
You look exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard.
Okay, we'll have a chat with them in a minute. Well, talk about caught in the act.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your
Yep.
true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan.
Not
You are but
sarcasm.
newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have
Yeah,
concluded my
anywho.
inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you were full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
Who did this to me?
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Well, bit of a shocker.
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Yeah, many variations.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
It is.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Oh, he's an elder.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
A stupid question.
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice.
Oh, yeah.
I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
Could it be a mistake?
So me
Good
being
question.
a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway.
Another good question.
Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
So whoever did it to me did it literally on purpose. It wasn't a mistake. Yeah, okay.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
They're gonna die anyway.
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
Fair enough.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I honestly couldn't care, love.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
A good age.
And who bestowed upon you this?
I wonder if it was the same person.
Youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
Oh, shocker.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter skal.
What is a skal?
What type of vampire is a skal?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Don't become
William
one.
Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then.
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, skals are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
So, in other words, we would be able to create a skal, but a skal cannot create me. Fine.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Oh, there's a shot.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
No, it's not Spanish flu.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
How many of us are there?
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Who attacked me?
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
Unlikely.
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Yep.
Vampire
For
politics
sure.
are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Vampire
When I
hunters,
awoke,
how do they know?
Changed. I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well trained.
Though I can't be certain. More than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Yeah.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Well, I've killed hundreds of them already.
I bid you farewell.
Well, that seems to be it.
Now, my lady.
We didn't really learn an
Must
awful
quickly
lot, truthfully.
analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Okay, we've got 2,500. I'm going to come back down and speak to these guys. I'm going to go to the room. No, actually, I lie. Let's...
Perhaps I should have considered...
You're the one that's
Good
been
evening, sir.
bribing everybody.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Okay.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Okay. Oops.
So I've been...
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been
Yeah,
a bit
they're not
rough
locals,
recently.
mate.
What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Well, no, fair enough.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Because he's a thief.
Fuck him. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Well, no, which is fair enough. But even still.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin color that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Yeah.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, which is absolutely fair enough, really.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
So
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
No, I agree. I agree.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Fatigue.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. But thanks, anyway.
What do you have to
I'd
trade?
like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
I'm not interested in guns, mate. Yeah, let's stay that for now.
Another night with the glorious Matilda.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
Okay.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead, or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
How can you be affected by the misery around you, and be so heartless at the same time? Which is the real you, Nurse Hawkins?
I could ask you the same question, Dr. Reed. Are you more real when you lie to a dying patient, or when you grant him useless medication?
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
So she's the ringleader.
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes, Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Yep, fair enough.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Now, we need to go upstairs. could handle parts. I need to remember that. Okay, I seem to have plenty of these, so yeah, I'm not too... Is there anything that... Yeah, I mean... Now we can heal pretty much everything. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the skals. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Well, before we do that, let's, while we're here, let's rest. $2,000. Yeah, let's increase our blood capacity by a lot. And our endurance as well, because that really does... Okay, so I suppose our health... Right, how the hell do we get our... Okay, that's quite cool. $500 left. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, let's confirm that. So we're now at level 14. As of late, the rumours that surround Whitechapel are ripening into facts. In the last 3 months, the police have suspected the district of hosting what might be half London's medicinal black market. But of course, these suspicions will remain assumptions, for no task force or additional police presence has been sent to Whitechapel, no large drug stocks have been found, nor no crime lords arrested. This masquerade has only been planned as a desperate attempt to conceal blatant incompetence of London City Council's Board of Health by giving the populace a cheap and easy victory. While the epidemic spreads more and more each day, worst of all, when you take time to review the most recent statistics, you discover that the district of Whitechapel is coping with the disease much better than other parts of the city. Is it a miracle? Evidence of the activity of an illegal but efficient medical underground. More proof of the authorities' criminal incompetence. All I know is this. If a Londoner has a better chance to survive an epidemic by choosing to live in godforsaken borough, I'm ready to move to any cheap flea-infested flat some shady landlord would agree to rent me. Right now. Fair enough. Okay. 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 So, I think that'll do it for this episode. Thank you very, very much for joining me. I'll come back with now. We're now level 14. I'm going to do a couple of the investigations next time. Find out who's been spying on Thelma, for example. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Please do join me next time, and I will see you soon. Take care now. Goodbye.